Alrighty.
Alrighty, I'm going to do a brake check here.
Excellent. Good job.
Takes a little more gas to get us moving with two people.
You've got an extra 200 pounds on board. Alrighty.
You said you want me to do a soft field?
Soft field takeoff, yeah.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Alright, here we go.
Okay. So standard stalling maneuver.
Alrighty, so we go into a stabilized descent.
Yep. What speed are you going to descend at?
I'm at trim, which is, it looks like about 55 right now.
Okay.
And then we'll just do this.
Don't need to dive it quite so much, but yep. And you need to manage the zoom up.
I actually didn't pull in at all.
Second?
I didn't pull in at all.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as you add power, these trikes tend to climb anyway.
Right.
You probably want to just show that you're pulling in a little bit, just to show you're doing the right things.
Okay.
So,
do you want me to try?
Let's turn around and we'll do it one more time.
All right. Alrighty, we're stable. I will push out.
A little bit late in adding power as soon as you start seeing the nose drop. In other words, as soon as you recognize a stall is happening, then put the correction in. Go straight into another one.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it too soon.
Because it's all about stall recognition, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, when you know it's coming.
Right, power. That's it. There you go. Alright. Okay, bring the power back to idle. Your engine has failed. And if you can talk through what you're doing, that would be useful.
Alright. So I'm evaluating options right now. I'm not sure if I can make it to the runway, but I do have other options.
Alright, why are you burning off height at something above best L over D? So your first step is to establish best glide.
Right.
And that gives you the most time for kind of obvious reasons. Okay, what else are you going to be doing?
Well, I could try to restart the engine. So I might make sure that the ignition is on.
Yep.
And try and turn the key, assuming it is. But
try and check the choke's not been pulled on by accident.
That too. But I need to be focused on landing.
Okay, where are you going to go?
So we can make the runway.
Okay.
So although we're not going the right way, but
okay. Okay, you'll probably want to make a radio call just to make sure people know where you are, even though you might not in real life.
One traffic lights for trike 1274, turning left final, 14 Warden.
And you can pull the plug and go around whenever you choose to.
Alright.
How high are you?
400 AGL.
Okay. Alright, well let's bring the power back to idle and your engine has failed again. See whether you can make the grass strip.
Oh.
You can use the engine now just to set yourself up for it. Don't get too slow. Not too slow. That's good. Good job, Zach. Okay, keep on landing it. A little bit high. Now, as soon as you're on the ground, you've got the bar. You've got to pull the bar in. Good job. Well done. What's happening then? You did that really nicely until you kept the bar out.
Yeah.
After you had the back wheels on the ground. Well done. So you can do a grass field landing.
Well, I want to keep the bar out until the nose wheel touches down. Is that right?
Nope.
No.
You're going to lower the nose, and you try and lower the nose wheel gently. And there's kind of no point, is there? You've got the back wheels on the ground, so you've got the main weight of the trike on the ground. Just bring the, stop the lift. Otherwise you get lifted up again.
Yeah, I don't want the nose wheel to bounce. That's the thing.
Nope. So that's the trick, and it's quite difficult. But the last thing you want is to be scooting along the ground with the back wheels on the ground, almost taking off, but not quite, because a gust will take you off.
Okay.
All right, let's do a spot landing. So let's try a steep approach for a spot landing, just to make it a bit more challenging.
Warden traffic lights, port trike. Left base the final 3-2, Warden.
Yeah, that's great. Nice place to be.
I think I am too high, because there's no wind.
Uh-huh, okay. No worries. Pull the bar in. Good job, Zach. Were you too high?
It's hard to say because...
You weren't, because you got in.
Yeah, it's hard to say because, like, in the last part of the landing, I'm focused on landing, like, I'm not focused on where I'm going to end up.
Sure.
And so, it's not until, like, I review the video that I can really tell whether I was on the bars.
Okay.
But what I can say is that I was within 400 feet of the start of the bars, which is what, I try to do.
Pretty sure you were in on the bars.
Okay.
I don't know whether you were managing it or not, but you certainly achieved what you set out to do.
Alrighty. I had to, kind of intentionally overshoot to lose some altitude, but...
Yep. And you can put an S-turn in if you really have to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
Let's do a power on landing.
Alright.
So if it was crosswind, which is not, how would you do a crosswind takeoff?
Well, pretty much the same as a normal takeoff. I mean, you would have to have your wing down into the wind as you position.
Yep.
But then as you accelerate, you would level out.
Yep.
And then just expect after the wing gets into the air, it's going to want to weather vane into the wind.
Yep. And then do whatever it takes to keep flying down the runway heading.
Right. I mean, there technically is a crosswind, just not much of one.
Maybe a mile an hour. Yes, you're right, there is technically a crosswind.
It's a bit more reluctant to get into the air with two people.
Yeah, and it's worth getting used to flying with two, especially landing with two. But this one is all about maintaining a stabilized descent with the power on and then managing that round out with the power on.
Alright. So for me to hit the spot with no wind like this, I'm going to have to idle it to get that. Warden traffic, light sport trike, left base the final 3-2, Warden.
What were you saying, Zach?
That with no wind like this, I really have to idle to come in to do a power on. So...
Right, yeah, we're looking for the power on part.
Well, I have power on now.
Okay. Yeah, it's just enough power to reduce your descent rate.
I was a little short there.
Yeah, you're still keeping that bar jammed well out. Let's do one more.
Do you want me to do
Go straight into it.
All right.
Okay, so this is just a landing, but I want you to manage that bar position so we're not sitting there with the back wheels on the ground rolling along at nearly flying speed, okay?
All right. I mean, I was consciously thinking about that time, but, you know, again, I didn't want the nose wheel to come down too hard.
Right. And clearly there's a balance, but you're way too long on the back wheels and in that half-flying position. All right. So just a nice landing tack. That's better, much better. Do you think you can do that again?
You want me to?
No, I don't want you to necessarily, unless you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I'll work on that.
Okay. Let's call it a day.